Hello and welcome to our second video course, which is called Fluent English. It's based on book 2 of Get Rid of Your Accent, which Olga and I wrote after our successful first book, Get Rid of Your Accent 1. Talking to some of our students after they'd taken the course, they were very, very pleased with their RP and their sounds. One or two of them said, "We felt there was just something missing to make us sound a little bit more English." And so this is why we designed the book. We include lots and lots of details and exercises so that you will eventually end up with a more natural English, fluent English, and be more understood. You agree?
Yes, definitely. So just to show you the book, this is how it looks like. And obviously we have 2 apps to cover the lessons from this book. One called Fluent English Speech, and the second 4 P's: power, pitch, pace, and pause. I will demonstrate them to you later.
So we're going to start off the first group, which is called Difficult Speech Patterns. And we're going to look at English plurals. Well, everybody knows about plurals. You just put an S at the end, don't you? Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that when you're talking about speech, because S at the end isn't always pronounced as an S, is it?
No, sometimes it's Z.
Exactly. So how do you know whether to say S or Z at the end of a plural? Well, you know.
Yeah, there is a rule.
There is a rule, and a rule you must never ever forget. And it's a simple rule, isn't it? If the sound before the S is unvoiced, then you use the unvoiced S, as in lock, locks. Say that?
Lock, locks.
Good.
K is unvoiced, S unvoiced.
Exactly. But on the other hand, if the sound before the S is a voiced sound, as in lids, lid, z.
Lid, Z, lids.
Perfect. That's so easy. Should we try a few more?
Yes, please.
Right, here we go. Cats and kids.
Cats, kids.
Taps and webs.
Taps, webs.
Pets and pods.
Pets, pods.
There you are. That was easy, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was easy, but what I've noticed that when you say unvoiced endings, it's very easy, but when you say voiced endings, you need to use more vocal energy. And I remember I had a friend from Austria, and she said, "I don't know the difference between voiced and unvoiced." But of course we have it all in our book.
The book.
Yes, we give you the list of unvoiced sounds and voiced sounds. And in some languages, like in German, it's okay to substitute the voiced consonant with unvoiced. But in English, the whole meaning of the word can change.
Yes, it can.
Also, another thing I've noticed that Spanish speakers, they don't like to pronounce the endings.
Mm-hmm.
And they just don't pronounce the ending at all, and that creates an impression that they don't know how the grammar rules. So, and I think that's why it's so important to pronounce these endings, isn't it?
Very important if you want to sound completely natural with your English.
And educated.
And educated. Good. So that's the end of that little section.
Yes, and you can all find it all in our app. It's called Fluent English Speech. Let me just demonstrate it to you.
Breaks. Brings.
Breaks. Brings. Breaks. Brings. And then you
Breaks.
can compare.
Brings.
Breaks. Brings. I find this function of comparison very useful.
It's the most important thing, isn't it, that you can hear yourself and correct yourself when it's played back.
Yes, I think that's the only way to really get it right.
It is. Shall we go on to the next third person singular, which has exactly the same rule?
Yes, please.
Okay. Same rule. If the sound before the S is unvoiced, you do S. If it's voiced, you do Z. So we'll say the verb skips and slides.
Skips, slides.
Kicks, runs.
Kicks, runs.
Laughs, chuckles.
Laughs, chuckles.
Lifts, loves.
Lifts, loves.
That's easy, isn't it, once you know the rule?
Yeah, once you know the rule, it's very easy.
Like everything.
Yes.
That is the end of that little section too.
Well, thank you for listening, and we look forward to seeing you in our next lesson.
We do.
Bye-bye.